All right, good day, all. Uh, I am Oluwafemi Ogunle, your facility manager. At our last video, we will explain who is a facility manager and the duties of a facility manager. Today, we are going to be discussing what are the expectations from a facility manager. What do you expect your facility manager to do for you? What do you expect your to be facility managers to do for you? Number one, a facility manager is expected to operate and maintain the facility in a manner that supports the goals and mission of the demand organization or the end user. As a facility manager, you are expected to operate and maintain that facility in a way that it supports the goal and aspiration and target of your end user. You're not supposed to operate that facility outside the scope of your end user. Your work is to align with the scope of the end user, get their scope, get their goal, get their mission, get their vision, and work with it. Manage, operate their facility in line with that goal. You're also expected to interpret, identify the needs of the end user while balancing it with their resources. You know their needs, you know their budget, you know their resources. As a facility manager, we are expected to operate their facility within that needs of the end user. As a facility manager, you are expected to be able to manage the environment. You're supposed to manage the people, you're supposed to manage costs and manage planning. Facility manager, we are more about these four: the environment, the people, cost and planning. Let's talk about the environment. How do you manage the environment? You're supposed to provide safe, healthy and productivity environment for your end user to work. If your environment is not well kept, it is not safe, it is not conducive, that means your end user will not be productive. So as a facility manager, your major aim is to provide a safe, convenient, efficient environment for your demand organization or your end user to be able to work effectively. You're supposed to develop, implement and manage recycling and sustainability program. Work on your sustainability program. It's going to be to the benefit of your end user. Develop, recommend and manage facility operational planning requirements such as temperature control, lighting, equipment replacement. These are your work. Equipment is not supposed to just die. You're supposed to develop, recommend main ten ance strategy, main ten ance procedures for all your equipment. Also, as one of the expectation is the management of people. In managing people, how do you manage people? You provide efficient, cost effective support services throughout throughout the process for your end user. You're supposed to provide an efficient services, a cost effective services. As a facility manager, you are supposed to work within your budget to achieve value. Don't 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 overprice your demand organization, your end user. With their budget, plan effectively with them. You are supposed to hire, train and manage all the technical team, the technical performance and all the occupant expected service performance. You're supposed to consider human factor as an integral part of the facility operation and main ten ance. Then how do you manage costs? You are supposed to develop operations which will successfully balance costs as against performance. This is your cost, this is your budget. You must balance it as against performance. As facility manager, one of the expectation is that you are supposed to provide more efficient use of facility assets for increase and occupant productivity. Your facility asset must be for the occupant productivity. Don't go beyond the approved cost. But sometimes it is intrigue. Sometimes you may want to go, but you should strive more to always work within the end users resources. Then when we talk about planning, you're supposed to anticipate change and plan for the future change in advance. If you know the workings, the vision, the mission of your demand organization, of your end user, you're supposed to plan for them. How do you plan for them? If there will be a space increase, you're supposed to know beforehand and adequately plan for their space utilization. You're supposed to make sure that your end user building comply with the relevant national and international codes, the local and international codes and regulation. All the building regulation, you're supposed to make sure that your end user building comply with it. Also, you're supposed to ensure appropriate fire and life safety and emergency response readiness. Prepare the business continuity exercise and planning. Most of us see what happened during COVID and post COVID. Thank God for the speed response of some of the facility manager. That is what made business to continue even actively during the COVID and post COVID. As a facility manager, our responsibility is to prepare business continuity plan. In case of emergency, how do we respond? Then how do we continue business after the emergency? COVID has made the best of facility manager, because during the COVID we were actively working, and after the COVID we make all necessary arrangement for business to continue. I want to thank you for watching the video. My name remain Oluwafemi Ogunleye.